The time is nigh, my friends and brothers. Gather round ye one another, for adventuring we shall go. We'll steal the treasure, guard the wagons, save the princess, slay the dragons. For it's these things we love and know. And when blades are dull and torches burned, only then shall we return. So welcome all to the Magical Yak Show. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Magical Yak Show. I am super excited. I think we're going to have a fun show today. I got several things lined up to do, all in Minecraft. We're in Minecraft again today. Probably will be for a while until we kind of get some stuff done, and then can maybe move on to another game or to something else. So anyway, yeah, we're in Minecraft. We're calling this episode Spawn John Silver because one of the main things we're going to be working on today is a spawner for XP spawner. And because we want to start being able to enchant items, we want to be able to make better picks and have them do more stuff for us by being enchanted, and just sort of that's the sort of the natural progression I feel I need to go to get rolling in the world. So without further ado, let me switch over. Let me get Minecraft up here, and we'll get our checklist done, and then I'll kind of go over our current projects for anybody who's new, so you have a general idea of what we're working on in the world and what projects we have ongoing and that kind of stuff. So let me get Minecraft up here, and we'll switch that over to this. We will go into, we still do not have our checklist in the Org of Plasm, which is our main survival world yet, so we're going into the creative world just to do our checklist. Here's our checklist wall, today's checklist. Let me tab out here really quick. I have wrote these down so I wouldn't forget my bulletin points for today. Okay, and let me also check and just make sure the stream is looking good before we go too far. My very first attempt at an episode, I streamed for 2 hours, and I was muted. So to avoid that from happening, I'm checking now. All right, we look good. Let's move right on into doing this checklist here. Once again, this is our checklist wall. This button just is a reset button for where we're going to put the list at. And on the list today, one of our main things today is building the mob spawner. That's probably number one. That's what I'm going to focus first on. Build XP mob spawner. I'd like to actually build more than one, and so my second thing on the checklist is build another time allowing. We'll see where we're at. I want to do several things. I'm not going to spend the entire, I'll probably be streaming tonight for, I don't know, about 3 hours, something like that. I probably won't spend the entire time building mob spawners, but that's going to be our main goal. And I think, if I'm going to build one, I might as well build 2 to 4 in the same area to get the most out of them. So anyway, build our mob spawners, build another time allowing. We are going to work on the mine just a little bit more so I can show you where we're at in the mine and what we're going to be doing. Hello there, Jason AMP. Thanks for watching. We're just getting the show started today, so I hope you will enjoy it. We're talking about what we're going to be doing today, and we're going over our checklist. So on the mine, we're going to be digging out one layer. And kind of just showing everything else too. Spider 1996, hello, thank you for watching. Also today, we are going to be making an enchanting table. That's just part of that process of, starting to get some tools enchanted, starting to just sort of go through that progression on the world. So enchanting table, and it's going to be temporary, so I'm just going to put that so nobody gets confused. We're still building things in our temporary housing while we're getting the layer done. And so right now it's just an enchanting table temporary until we get moved into the real place. Also on the list for today, we'll put down figure out outside layer door. Now this is going to sort of be the simple outside door. I'll go more into that here in a second. But this is just sort of like the entryway into the layer. There'll be another door in there. Yeah, it's solo survival. Is it Jace ANP? Solo survival. And that's sort of what we play right now. We're building a world. We're a new stream. This is only our 3rd stream, and so what I'm doing in this world is sort of setting things up to be able to be used in the stream. Oh, thank you, Spire. I appreciate it. I also put stuff on YouTube, and I do highlights, so hopefully, even if you miss a show, you'll be able to catch up. But basically, the other thing we're going to be doing, or that I'm going to be putting down, is build a layer on Devil's Tower. And I will show you guys what that is here in a second, too. Okay, that's our checklist for today. If we are able to get some of these things done, even if we were only able to get 3 or 4 of these things done, it will be a pretty good day. Let's hop on over to our actual world and start looking at some of this stuff. Our world is called the Org of Plasm. It's a tribute to a comic book that I used to like when I was a kid. And let's hop in. I've been trying to do some of the boring stuff off stream. I'm working on a very large mine, and I've been trying to get some of that dug out off stream so that you guys don't have to sit here and watch me just dig layer after layer of a 56 by 56 by 17 mine. So I'm working on that some off stream. Here we have this is our temporary housing. This is where we are just sort of base of operations while we're getting other stuff built. But we have our pumpkin farm, we have our wheat farm, our reeds, all that good kind of stuff. I'll tell you what, I'm going to tab out and show you some of my documents here. Okay, here we go. We are looking at our projects. Our current projects, one thing you need to know is Devil's Tower. This is our sort of command post that we're working on. We're building this sort of in a 1/4 scale here in Minecraft, and it's where we're going to put the checklist that you just saw. We're going to put at the top of Devil's Tower once we get it finished. It's a big project, but we're just sort of working on it a little at a time. We have the diameter of the base and the top kind of mapped out right now, but we won't be working too much on that today, but I might start working on the bottom layer at least and starting to build up. Next, we have Follow Hollow. This is something to reward followers. If you followed, you'll be part of this. This is something where I'm going to be building like in a lagoon type setting. We're going to be building a tribute to our followers. So basically just sort of like you'll go in. Hey, what's up, Brown Man? Nice to see you again, man. Brown Man. You'll go in, you'll see, you'll go through a little secret cave behind a waterfall, and it'll open up to be able to show you a wall of followers. That's cool, man. You can check it out on YouTube or Twitch, Brown Man. That's no problem. I got you. So anyway, this Follow Hollow, I don't know that we're going to be working on it any today either, but I just wanted to show you that's something on the radar, and something that for the first 1,000 followers of the stream, that's a way that we're going to be giving back to them. Fantastic, Brad, man. I like to hear it. Okay, so that's Follow Hollow, and these are just sort of some generic stock photos that I've been grabbing, just to kind of help give myself an idea of what I'm looking for, the general area I want to build it in, and sort of the waterfall idea. Okay, next we have the mine. Now, the mine is what I've been working on off stream. The general look of the mine entrances is going to sort of just be this old mine look like this. Sorry, not like that. Like this, like this, like this. And then, let me grab my Google document and show you this. Minecraft projects. The mine plans. Okay, I sort of had a bonehead moment with the mine while I was working on it on Sunday. So this was my plot. This was my plan here. This 56 by 56 by 56. That's what we were working on right here. And this is the way we're going to lay out the mine. However, let's hop back into Minecraft and I'll show you what actually happened. Let's go down to it. So I had this genius idea. I had this plot all planned out. This is the bottom. This is down to the bedrock. And so this is not what we're working on first. We're going to work from the top down. So let's go up the stairs. I had a genius plan. It was going to be so good. And I encountered 2 major obstacles. Okay, you can see I've got a good bit dug out. I've got some of the ceiling done. Still got to do a lot of lighting and stuff like that. But this is going to be a pretty big mine. This is just going to be the open area that leads to all the mines. This is not the mine itself. This is just sort of the entranceway. So anyway, we're hearing a lot of zombies. Hopefully they don't come attacking me. Okay, so anyway, I'm building this. I've got what I think is the 56 by 56 area dug out. Here, I'll look around here, and then we'll go back to the Google document. Okay, I got the area I think dug out. And, wrong one. There we go. And then it hits me. Oop, what have I done? I've copied it. That's no matter because this is worthless anyway. It hits me. wait a second, as I start putting torches up and kind of planning out where it's going to be, this needs to be 57, not 56. That was one thing that I screwed up. What is diamond level in Minecraft? Minecraft diamond level is anywhere from 5 to 15, I believe. 5 to 15. And so that's where our main mines are going to be, 5 to 15. I'm not sure what I've done here. But 5 to 15 is the main diamond level in Minecraft. With most people, from what I've read and kind of my research that I've done on it, which I don't do a whole lot of research, I just sort of go. But most people build around like 11 or 12 is sort of the ideal level because you'll avoid a lot of lava lakes that way. And so if you don't want to have to deal with the lava lakes and you still want a good chance at hitting diamonds, somewhere between 11 and 14 is sort of your best shot, I think. But we're going to build a mega mine, so it doesn't really matter what diamonds are most on because we're going to hit them all. We're going 5 to 15. We also want the look of sort of a mega mine too. Anyway, in my poor addition and whatever, I planned this out all nice and good, but this does not add to 52. This adds to 53. This adds to 57, and so I don't have a ton of diamonds so far yet, Brad. I haven't really. All I've been doing is digging out this square, and mostly what I've been digging out is layers 16 and 17, which as far as I know won't have hardly any diamonds. So right now we're just sort of grinding out this space. Let me go back to it. So anyway, this 56 by 56, it turned out to be, my little plans were all wrong once I started plotting it out here on the wall. And so what we're going to be doing, bring it up here, what we're going to be doing is making a slight adjustment to our mine, and instead of, this is how I had it laid out. I draw these at work. Yeah, I know, right? I draw these at work on Post-it notes to try to plot this stuff out. So what we're going to be doing, this is how I had it planned out as far as how they're going to stack, and this is how, like, looking down, that's how the top is going to be. The way I'm going to be doing it now is basically the same way, except in the middle of each one, we're going to have this. So instead of it being the exact same thing, there's going to be like one double space, and there's going to be one mega mine in the middle. I love redstone and emerald. I love redstone and emerald too. We're going to be doing plenty of redstone projects in the future, but it's just going to take us a while to get there as we get the world built up. Okay, so that's the mine. I'm going to come back down here and work on this here in a second. But that's where I'm at right now, is just basically getting this dug out. So let's move on and look at some other stuff here in the world for some of you guys. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I know I did. I worked for 8 hours, so it was nice to be out of there. But as we've been digging out lava, I just made sort of like a lava deposit over here. I tried to make it so I couldn't fall in as I was dumping it in there, so I didn't want to waste it, and who knows what we'll need it for later. So I just made a big trough that we're dumping lava in as I kind of empty out lava lakes. Let's get back up top here. Oh, I'll tell you my story as I climb this ladder. My other problem I had while I was digging out the mine, just doing my math wrong on the page was one thing. The second thing was that my initial dig out, I had it dug out 56 by 46, and it wasn't until I started doing the ceiling that I noticed that, hey, wait a second, this isn't a square, this is a rectangle. As my ceiling got narrower and narrower, I noticed it was a rectangle instead of a square. And so I had to redo the ceiling and re-dig out the last 10 spots too. Let's see, are you going to build a mansion or stick to an underground base? Well, the thing is, yaks, which I guess is appropriate for this stream, live in layers. And so we're going to be doing more of an underground layer. It's not here, it's not this, but that's what we're going to be working on eventually, is our plan is for an underground layer. And how do you know your way back to the base? Right now I haven't really hardly left my base, so it wasn't too hard to get back. Also, if you hit F3, it'll bring up this little stuff on the screen, and you can see your X and Y coordinates, and you can get back to the base that way too. I probably should write this down actually at some point, but I haven't yet. Okay, let's go back to the game. Is it dark outside? No. Shut the door. Okay, so as you can see, this is just the Yak Shack. This is our temporary house, and it's gonna be eventually not used at all. The swamp is that away. I'll explain that here in a second. We're building the lair in the swamp area, not right here next to Devil's Tower. Speaking of Devil's Tower, let's look up, and you see this giant circle here. So that giant circle and that height is, let me find it. Back, Devil's Tower. That's what you're looking at. The top of that plateau thing. That's that giant circle that you see up top. That we've sort of got that mapped out, and then we also have a giant circle on the ground that is the bottom diameter. Let's hop up here and I'll show you. We got it in stone. It's big. It's like 120 blocks in diameter. And so we're building some big stuff. It's going to take us a while to get some of these projects done, but that's good. I mean, that's the fun of it to me, is really going big in Minecraft. So this base circle right here that you see, this is forming the base of Devil's Tower, and then that's forming the top of Devil's Tower. And we're going to be ramping stone all the way up to there in the shape of that Devil's Tower. That's a project that we're working on. Right now we're working on, I want to do it mostly in smooth stone, and so right now we're working on just making a lot of smooth stone so we can do that, and not have to wait a whole lot in between. Let's go up. We'll go up to the top of it real quick and just look down. You can see the bottom circle better. So, and where we're going to build the spawner is probably just right here, because when you think about it, all of this that's inside of here is going to be inside of a mountain. So all these trees, they're not gonna matter. They're just going to be engulfed. All this is going to be inside of a mountain. So I figure, why not use the space inside the mountain, and we're going to put some mob spawners in here, and we're just to start being able to get some XP and get some stuff enchanted. Let's climb this ladder up. You can see the bottom circle better from up here, and just see sort of the layout that we picked, the land that we picked to build this thing on. It's pretty tall. It's about a, I'm going to fill it in or leave it hollow. It's going to be mostly hollow, and I'm going to use it for stuff, and so it's going to be filled in with like mob spawners and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just meant to be Devil's Tower on the outside. Inside is going to be like, up top is going to be the checklist, which I don't know if you saw at the very beginning of the show where we went over the checklist. We're going to have that sort of station in there. And the idea with the checklist is that even if 3 months down the road, if we're playing a game other than Minecraft, my stream will always start and end in Minecraft, and we'll use that checklist system for whatever game we're playing. If we're playing Diablo and I want to level a character to 60 that day or something, that's our checklist system for any game that we're going to play. And so we'll always start and end in Minecraft, and use this for a sort of just a system to keep up with the stream. Sugarcane is planted. It should be growing. Yeah, I planted a couple rows of it. So anyway, looking down here, let's hold shift. Maybe would be a good idea. Let's get out to the edge, and you can see here that bottom circle. You can see it a lot better up here. That's the base of our tower, and so that base is going to come up and connect to this top and form Devil's Tower. Now we will do the heroic jump down. Attempt the heroic jump down. It could be the heroic fail, depending on how it goes. I think it's on this side. Alright, here we go. I think we're good. I think we're good. We're good. It's always exciting. I always love jumping off high things in Minecraft. It's fun. Alright, let's go look at where the lair is going to be. That's the last spot where we've I mean, we haven't even really got anything built there either. Once again, the world just started. This is only our third stream, and I'm trying to do most of the building, at least, on the world, not necessarily all the digging out and everything like that. Let me see if I'm going the right way here. I think I am. And I'll show you where the lair is going to be, as far as we're going to put in, that's basically going to be our house, if you will, our permanent house. That's where we're going to put our farms. That's where we're going to put our, any automatic stuff we're going to do, or just any cool stuff eventually will be in the lair, as far as stuff in Minecraft, like living stuff and, I don't know, that kind of thing. We made a lily pad walkway. This isn't permanent either. I don't know. I kind of like it, but I want it to look a little cooler. How many diamonds, Brown Man? I think I might have, let's see, I've made a couple diamond picks, and I have a couple in my storage chest. I lost a diamond pick into lava, unfortunately, which really stunk. I was digging out that mine that you saw, and I lost a diamond pick right into lava. So this is all we have for the lair. Basically, with the lair, let me switch back over. I'll show you my little document on it. With the lair, the idea, and the only picture I have so far, is a hobbit hole door, right? And so with the hobbit hole door, this is the idea, is that our lair, it's not a hobbit hole, it's not small inside, but our lair is going to be kind of meek on the outside. It's going to be simple looking. It's going to be like a mound of dirt here in the swamp, and you go in the door, and then that sort of goes into a bigger room, and then that sort of goes into a bigger room, and all of a sudden you're in this huge underground lair that's really cool, that has all kind of technology and stuff like that in it. It's vanilla Minecraft, so as much technology as you can have in vanilla Minecraft. But on the outside, we want it to look not exactly like this, but this idea. You know, the idea of just sort of something simple, kind of concealed, and you go in and it sort of gets cooler and cooler as you go. So that's the idea that we're going for with the outside door, if we work on that today. And, you know, we're going to flesh this out and make it look a little bit better. Even though it's simple, it can look better than this. And then that might go down to like a real door. That'll go into the first couple rooms, and then that'll go into the big rooms. So, yeah, a lot of work to do here too. Okay, to begin, let's go ahead and just work on the mob spawner. I think that's what I want to do first. We'll go sleep, and we will go start work on the mob spawner. Now, basically, I've looked at a couple YouTube tutorials. I know that I used to play Minecraft a long time ago, and I haven't played for about a year. So there's a lot of stuff in the game that's new to me. That's, you know, a lot of people are used to, but it's just sort of new to me. Okay. Maybe we could do this with a shovel, make it a little faster. I need to build a really good route back to my house, because I still don't, back to my temporary house, because I still am like jumping over this very awkwardly, and it gets night too soon and everything. I'm staying a follower. I want to see this. Well, there's a lot to see down the road. Basically, JSAMP, it's like I work a full-time job, and so I don't get to stream as much as some of these guys that all they do is stream. But I will stream. My plan right now is to stream usually about 3 days a week during the week. So like Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday. I usually will stream 3 of those days. And then on the weekends, it's just sort of random. Some weekends I have time to stream, some weekends I don't. But I'm going to just basically do it as much as I can without going crazy or having it affect my work or anything like that. Let's sleep, and then let's grab some cobblestone, and we'll get to work on one of these mob spawners. Okay, here you can see our smooth stone. We're really starting to get this smooth stone going to make the Devil's Tower. This is from digging out the mine. Yeah, you click F3 to bring up these coordinates. X, Y, Z are the important ones. Also, I think SL is light level. Not 100% sure on that. I don't know. One of those is light level too, which is kind of important. And that F tells you which way you're facing, which is also pretty good. When I stream is usually, I mean, when I get off work at 5 p.m. Central Time. And so then basically I come home, I eat some dinner, and then by the time I'm done with that, usually I'm getting the stream ready and starting about 7 p.m. Central. So that's really going to be the earliest I can stream on a weekday. Now on the weekends, not this weekend, I'm going out of town because my dad's retiring actually. I'm going to his retirement party. But on the weekends, a lot of weekends, I'll be able to stream earlier than that. Like, you know, I don't know, 10, 11 a.m. So that might be a better time at Brown Man if you're trying to catch a live stream and you need it to be earlier. Because you said you were in Canada, right? So I don't know if that time difference is too bad, but anyway, yeah, that would be the time that I could actually stream earlier, is on the weekends. The time in Canada is early. Okay, let's put up the stuff we don't need. Don't need that for right now. We're going to just be building this out of cobble. It doesn't have to look good. Once again, it's going to be inside of a mountain, ultimately, anyway. We're going to need some torches for the time being. We're probably going to need, we'll take this. We're eventually going to need some signs, so I might have to go chop down some more trees out there, but that won't be a big deal. Let's put this up. Let's put this up. And I don't know. That should probably be enough to get us started, I think. Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, it's an hour later than it is for me, for you. So okay, let's turn this into some bread. Okay, hopefully we'll be close enough that this stuff will grow while we're out there working. That's the idea, is to kind of, while we're building stuff, to get it all built in kind of a close proximity. And let's go see what we can do here. Alright, come on. I usually stream, for the new people, I usually stream about 3 hours a night, something like that, 3 to 4 hours. Tonight I'll probably be doing about 3, because I do, once again, have to get up and go to work in the morning, too. So, okay, I think we're just going to do it somewhere around here. I don't want to go too far, because I want it to make sure that it will stay inside of the tower as we build it down. Your real name is Ravi? Okay, cool. Let's eat. I don't know why we're so low on hunger there. Okay, so here's what I know about mob spawners. I have a Google document for everything, by the way. So I'll bring that up here, too. Simple mob spawner. Let's bring it over here. Oh, it has nothing on it. Okay, fantastic. Never mind, I know nothing about mob spawners. Okay, well, basically what I know is that I want it to be an XP farm, not just an item farm. So you can build an item farm and have it be up pretty high and just have them drop and die, and most everything will drop and die, other than, like, I don't know, some of the stuff the armor might live through, but you can get a ton of items if you just build an item farm way up high in the air and have them drop like 50 blocks and die and drop their items. That's not what I really want. I'm really wanting the XP more than the items right now, because I really want to get enchanting going. So I think for most mobs, for skeletons, for zombies, you want to have them drop somewhere around 22 Ravi, like that. All right, gotcha. You want to have them drop somewhere around 22 or 23 blocks, and that way they will go down to half a heart, and then... now, you don't have to find mob spawners. The way we're going to do it is we're going to do it just a dark room. A big dark room, and then just have water canals, and just have that push them in and drop them. So that's what we're going to do first. So up we go. Tell you what, let's go get some buckets of water while I'm down here too. Doop, 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 doop. That should be plenty. I do plan to eventually go exploring, but right now exploring is not my &1 goal. My #1 goal is to really get this Devil's Tower done, and to get the mine done. And that's sort of my and to get the lair done. I have 3 main goals, I guess. But those are sort of my 3 main goals first. Before I really start exploring the world, I really hope to get those 3 things built. And then I'm going to go exploring more, getting better gear, getting better diamond, armor and enchantments and all that kind of stuff. But I really want to get some of these structures built first, and then, no, not legitimate mob spawners, like the actual block. We're talking about just building a darkroom spawner, basically, and then having the mobs spawn up there, drop down, we force them down, sort of, and then we hit them for the last hit to get the XP. That's really what I'm wanting right now, is to be able to do some higher level enchanting, and to be able to get XP easier. So, okay, let's go up. I don't have a good plan for getting down, but we'll figure that out when we have to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3. We'll adjust this as we have to, because I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, 23, 22, I don't know. We want to have it as high as it can be without killing them when they fall. So for right now, tell you what, just to be safe, I'm going to go up an extra 1, and we'll call this the floor. So for right now, and you can still see there's a good bit of ways till we get up there. Yeah, the jungle temples and the villages, definitely. Okay, so here we go. Let's build 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be our center, our center part here. that's where the water is going to flow to. And then let's build. Once again, I'm sort of just trying to remember this. Basically, there's a canal that goes like this for about 7 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little perilous up here. I have to remember to hold my shift key so I don't just fall to my death. Okay, and then we're gonna build one on the end here and come up and come up. This will be 2 deep. The other thing I seem to remember is that, let's put some torches here in the middle so we remember it's the middle. Is that? That's got to be it, right? That's our 4 middle pieces there. The other thing I remember was that, I don't know what I remember. There's something else I remember. I've built a zombie spawner before, back when I used to play. But that's the only real mob spawner I've ever tried to build. So this is sort of just relearning for me and just sort of figuring out as we go, really. So let's build this on out. And we'll do a water test before we get going too far to make sure we've got this the right distance. I think water goes 7, doesn't it? So if we did this right, let's go ahead and break these 2. If we did this right, the water is going to come right here to this edge and stop. So let's see if that's what happens. There it goes. No. One too far, or we need to go 1 farther. Okay. No problem. Soup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess water goes 8? I don't know. We'll see. Tell you what, we'll just leave that there, and we'll make our center 1 farther. So our center is here. Alright, and then if we got it right now, the water will only go to the torch and stop. So that's what we want. Basically, this is going to be a hole when we're done that drops back down. And it is going to take a lot of time to make Devil's Tower. I wish I could do it quicker, but I want to do it right. It's just going to kind of have to go up in stages, too, because, you know, when you're doing it, if you're doing on creative big builds like that, it's a lot faster because you can fly around. You don't have to worry about actually standing up there and doing it. But we're going to kind of just have to go a layer at a time and get that outside layer done. And, you know, just do it as we can. That's the plan. Let's put a torch up here so nothing spawns. And let's put the other bucket down just to make sure we got this figured out right. So yeah, the water will go just like that. Yeah, we might collect the mob drops. The thing is, we're going to be right there since we're really there more for the XP. It doesn't have to, it's not really supposed to be an automatic system necessarily as far as automatic collection because we don't want them to die when they drop. We want to kill them to get the XP. So we're going to have to be there anyway. What I might make is like at the bottom of a tower, like a cutoff, like some sort of just little redstone easy piston cutoff so that we can stop them from continuing to fall down. Because I don't want to get the other thing I'm thinking of is I might need to make the base of it with obsidian so that if creepers fall down and I'm a little too close when I hit them, they don't blow up and blow up my spawner. But we'll mess with that as we get to it here. Let's hop down. Tell you what, we need to make a water drop off here anyway because we're going to have to come up and down from this thing several times. So let's just drop a water bucket here. Let's just drop a water bucket like that. We'll just take it down. And up, probably, too. I use water a lot in the game just as a tool. You know, I think that it's a neat way to use it in the game. Okay, let's go sleep really quick. I probably should just bring the bed up there because it's going to take me a few nights to make it. So let's sleep, and I'll just bring the bed with me this time. All right. You're coming with me, bed. We'll go ahead and do a line of chopping here. I just sort of chop this stuff as I think about it. I don't make it a point. I just have it here handy, and when it hits me, I chop down everything and get it all reset. The nice thing about melons and sugarcane is all you have to do is chop the stuff down. With these, you have to replant them, but it's not that big a deal. After having lost a full set of iron armor while I was mining on Sunday, I'm not going to be making armor again until we get the mine dug out, because I lost it in lava, and there was a bunch of iron to lose early on like this, and so I'm not going to be making armor again probably, because it really is not very beneficial when you get blown up by a creeper anyway, and which is what I'm dying to the most right now. Either a creeper or lava. Those are the two things I seem to be dying to right now. And so having the armor it's awesome for fighting like harder, you know, fighting the end dragon or going out in the world and exploring and fighting a bunch of stuff at once. But right now I don't really need it, and it's just sort of a liability more than a help. So we're not going to worry about it. Let's go ahead and scoop up some more water while we're here. Okie dokie. We good on everything else? We could use some torches actually before we go back out. Do I have any made? No. What I do for work? I'm a videographer and editor. I work for a small TV station in Tennessee. And so yeah, my work during the day, I kind of go around and tape stuff and then edit it at my computer. It's pretty fun actually. Alright, no problem, Brown Man. You can just check it out later on YouTube, or if I have any highlights, you can check those out. I thank you for stopping by. Brown Man is my most loyal follower, actually. He's been here, I think, for every show. All 3 shows, that is. So, I appreciate it. It's not hard. It's not super hard to be a loyal follower if there's only 3 shows. But you were there, man. I appreciate the watches. Sticks? Do I have any sticks made? No. Good. I used a lot of wood up on the ceiling of the mine, and so I'm running out. Even though I had a ton of it from clearing some of that forest, I'm running out. Okay, let's go. Oh, did I bring the bed? Yes, I put the bed up, didn't I? What am I doing? I put the bed up. We're taking that with us. Okay, here we go. Back on top here. See if I can go up this water. Without drowning. I'll try to dip out to the side here and get my breath. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Maybe I need to put a ladder up here. Oh, cool. That's cool, Brown Man. Yeah, I'm making sure I put them on YouTube as well. I know a lot of people, you know, especially if they're watching like a VOD of the show, they would rather have it on YouTube than Twitch, and so it's a lot easier for some people to watch YouTube at their work or whatever too. So yeah, I'm making sure I put everything on YouTube as well. It's not that much more work for me just to put the whole stream up there and also put the highlights up there, and that's a good way to get it out to even more people. So that's my plan. Okay, so now we want to do this all 4 directions, basically. So let's go ahead and build that out. Basically just building out a plus all 4 directions, that same amount. I think it was, we said water goes 8 blocks, was that right? Something like that. Now let's count. This feels dangerous. Let me go ahead and put a block or 2 here. I'm gonna go ahead and knock. I don't like where this water is either, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock that off too. And we'll put it back down here in a second. Okay, how many blocks is this water actually flowing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we just need the end piece here. I'm gonna fall and die, by the way. There's no way I'm not going to fall and die at some point while building this, but I'm fine with that. It's gonna happen. I'm trying to warn myself ahead of time so I don't scream when it happens. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and pop our buckets down here and see if we did it right. Bucket down and bucket down there. Looking good. Okay. Next side. And we won't build everything underground. I know somebody was asking about that earlier. You know, we'll build plenty of stuff above ground eventually too. As far as the initial buildings go, the mine, some of the big projects happen to be underground. The lair in the mine, basically, and follow hollow. Maybe I have some sort of complex where I build everything underground. I don't know. I know when I was a kid, I lived in Lexington, Kentucky when I was a kid, and they had a fire station that I always thought was really cool. That was like built into a hill, which I guess is really safe because it can't get hit by tornadoes and stuff like that. But that always stuck with me as being a cool building, so I always wanted to build stuff underground since then. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What did I just build too far here? I think I did. Let me count it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's there, and this is just... I got a little build happy. Alright, need more bricks. Thankfully, from clearing out that mine, we're going to have all the cobblestone we could ever possibly want, so that's not going to be an issue. Once again, this doesn't have to really look pretty, it needs to be functional. And as far as being functional, the one thing I'm worried about, I haven't really gone through and lit up the caves. That's one thing I've heard you kind of have to do if you don't build this really high up, which we're not building it really high up, is you need to kind of go through and light up the caves underground. We're going to see how it works first. It doesn't have to be super effective. It just needs to get us some XP. Eventually, as far as I know, the best XP farm you can build is a Enderman farm. I don't know if any of you guys watch any of the Build Guild guys, but on their original Build Guild server, the vanilla server, they had an Enderman farm, which I thought was impressive. It was like, I mean, Endermen were just dropping like crazy. They were getting like 30 bars of XP, just, you know, no problem, just a couple swipes back and forth. So that's something I wouldn't mind eventually working on myself, but for now, we're not anywhere close to that point. So for now, we're just working on the good old simple spawner here. This has to be too high. The reason this is going to be too high, several of the videos I saw had the second row here. They were saying if it helps if you put like a sign right here, because the mobs see it as a block and try to walk over it, and so that'll get them walking over to the water more often if you put a sign right there. So we're going to try that and see if that helps too. Probably should make sure I have this the right length. After my mine experience, I'm trying to use the old measure twice, cut once philosophy. So before I start moving on too far, I should make sure this is all coming out right. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the end block. Probably gonna have to go get some more cobble here in a second, but that's fine. Did I just do this to the wrong side? No, right side, good. Okay, looking good. We're going for a record today. We've had one person follow every time we've streamed. We streamed twice, so we are going for 2 followers today. that would be our grand record so far. And something I talked about on the very first show, which I put in a highlight if you ever want to go back and check it out, like the first sort of introduction I did about who I am and all that kind of stuff, and why I'm streaming. You know, one of the things I put, my main goal for the stream, like I said, I have a normal job. I'm not really trying to make this a source of income necessarily, at least not right now. You know, that's not the plan. The plan is it's a hobby, and it's something I'm wanting to try doing as far as entertaining, and I'm wanting to try my hand at as far as just playing more games. Like let's plop our bed down. I'm gonna interrupt myself here really quick and sleep as it starts to get night before anything comes out. And so basically, I'm just, my main goal for the show right now is to improve the stream every day. And to gain followers. That's it. That's all my really main goal is right now. Initially, like what kind of got me into thinking about streaming, I was watching Bacon Donut and some of these bigger guys, and I was seeing like, you know, these guys are getting crazy donations, or they're getting all this stuff, and it sort of gets in your head like, man, you know, that's something interesting. Maybe I should be looking into doing this. But ultimately, that's not why you should do it. You know, I still left the donation thing down there if there's a rocket scientist who has too much money and is getting some enjoyment out of the stream. But for the most part, you know, I took away anything that's like sort of trying to get people to donate, and more just wanted to keep it about the fun of the stream and that kind of thing. I don't play World of Warcraft right now. I do have a couple level... I say a couple. I have at least one level 90 character. I think I might have a second one that hit 90 as well before I quit. I played WoW for a long time. I played vanilla WoW all through Lich King pretty much without a break, or just slight little month or 2 break before an expansion would come out. And that's where my name comes from, actually. Yaku was the name of my main character. He was a druid in World of Warcraft. And so the idea of playing World of Warcraft again is not something I haven't thought about. And that could be something later on in the stream if we get tired of Minecraft, or if we get tired of whatever games are out there. I could definitely see myself eventually going back and playing some WoW if there wasn't something better out at the time. You know, that's one of the constant things in the gamer world is what's going to be the WoW killer. And, you know, there's been Guild Wars 2, and some Star Wars was supposed to be, and there's always a game coming out on the horizon that's supposed to be the WoW killer. But yeah, you know, right now I still don't think there's an MMO at least that's better than WoW. So I don't know. I'm always looking and kind of keeping my eyes and ears open. And even with WoW, whenever they put out, I think they even have already announced the next expansion. I'm not sure because I'm not really following it right now. But you know, even with WoW, whenever they put out an expansion, I probably will go ahead and pick it up and level up. You know, I do enjoy it still. Whoops, I'm going to switch that back to this. I don't know. It's all right. Okay. So yeah, I enjoy WoW. I just right now I'm not playing it. I do a lot. Whenever I play WoW, I like leveling up. I like seeing the worlds for the first time and everything. I'm not a big fan of daily quests, and so I'll do those to a point until I get sick of them. And then I'll do some PvP. It just sort of depends who's playing with me. I don't like doing PvP with random people because they tend to get mad at me. And then I don't like necessarily just doing random dungeons and stuff. I do like collecting pets. That's always been something I found fun. And so if I did play again, then that would be something I'd probably be more into. I know they've done a lot with the pet stuff, with pet battles and all that kind of stuff, which I got into a little bit with Mist of Pandaria, but not a ton. Okay, so now we're going to build these platforms out. Basically, these platforms are going to be where the monsters actually spawn on, and then we're going to cover the whole thing in. This will be the outside wall. We're also going to make it, I think, where spiders can't spawn. Even though I would like, I think they drop string, which I would like. I don't want to deal with them climbing. They don't fall right, apparently. They can, like, climb the wall back up and stuff. And so I don't think I really want to deal with that. So we're probably just going to make it, we're going to put some half blocks down on here and make it so spiders don't have room to spawn. I think they have to have a 3x3 area to spawn in at, and we're not going to give them that. We're also going to make it a too tall darkroom so that Endermen can't spawn either, because they'll just teleport away. They don't like water, it's a whole big mess trying to get them to work with this. So we're going to make it where they don't spawn here either. If we get this done, and it's a really slow production of mobs, we might go do a little caving underneath here and see if there's anything we can light up to make it where less mobs are spawning other places. I'm always one behind. I reached level 80 the other day before Kata, the day before Kata came out, and then the next day everyone was 85. Yeah, Kata was a big jump in gear and everything like that. But there's nothing wrong with that. Just I mean, the main thing with any game is you just play it so that it's fun for you. You know, whether that's being at the current expansion or just having fun with one that you have. That's the most important part. Is that far enough? I think so. I had my funnest times in Vanilla WoW. I mean, I really enjoyed, as far as expansions go, I probably enjoyed the latest one the most of the three, I guess it is, the three. But I had the most fun in Vanilla WoW. That's also when I was in college and had a lot more time. I wasn't working 45 hours a week or whatever. The Magical Mame. You have not missed anything too scary. And mostly what we've been doing is just sort of going over the projects that we're doing, and we're working on a mob spawner right now. So the idea behind what we're working on here is that we're building these big platforms. Then we're going to make a darkroom, and then you see these water tunnels, and so the mobs will be they'll be forced to spawn up here in the darkroom. They'll walk around and they'll walk over this water. The water will push them here to the middle. This will be a hole that they'll fall down 22 blocks. They'll get hurt, and then we'll be down there at the bottom and punch them for the last hit. And so we'll get XP and we'll get their items. And so that's what we're working on right now. Magical Mame is my mom. She's a Twitch watcher. Mostly I think she's just a Sun watcher, because I don't think she had watched too much Twitch before I started streaming. But it's good to have the Magical Mame with us today. Okay. So this is our last pile of cobblestone, so when we use it up, we'll go back. That needs to be one more, doesn't it? Yeah, one more. Basically, this is going to be on our outside wall, and that should do that. I took off. Eventually, I'm going to get like a boom arm for this microphone so that it's not sitting on the desk. One thing I've noticed, mom's getting some hey yaks, mom. One thing I've noticed with this microphone sitting on the desk, I really like the microphone. It's a Blue Yeti microphone. It's working pretty good. But one thing I've noticed is you hear a lot of this like tappy, mouse hitty stuff, and I think I could reduce that a little bit if I got a good boom arm. So that's going to be one of my next purchases, I think, is picking that up and seeing if I can get even more noise out of the stream. So stuff like that. Anything I can do like that as we go along to improve the stream, that's what I'm looking to do. Okay, let's fill this in. We got one more quadrant to do. I don't think we have enough. We don't have enough cobble. So let's go get more. We're going to need a good bit more, actually, because what am I doing? This. We'll steal that. And let's dig down here. Drop the water block there, and we'll just scoot right down it. The old water elevator. Okay. I'm pretty good on time. I was worried about how long this mob spawner would take, but we're doing pretty good, actually. What was I getting? Cobble? Cobble? We'll grab, I don't know, that should probably be enough for now. Let's refill water. And let's sleep, too. We'll refill all these waters. I'm just going to leave the bed down here and come down and sleep when I need to. It's not night yet? Oh, it's not even night yet. What was I getting worried for? I don't know. Should have probably taken the bed back, but oh well. We're going to have to make some signs, but I think we're going to actually have to chop down some trees and make some signs, so we'll do that here in a minute. This is what you were saying, hold shift and go up, weren't you? Very nice. Let's see if I can get into it here. No! Can I go? Can I actually make it up in here? There we go. There we go. Can I do it? Yes! Alright. Let's finish this out. Let's get our walls built and our ceiling built. And then I think I'm going to do the ceiling with half blocks. Mobs don't spawn on half blocks. And so what you want to avoid is having them spawn on the ceiling. You'd either have to light it up or put half blocks there. And, whoa, what am I doing? Don't want that there. Okay, and then we took a bucket out of one of these. I guess both of these over here. Now it's getting nighttime, of course. You know what? We're just going to light this up really quick and keep working. Because I don't want to go back and sleep, so. Oh, do we have a whole nother quadrant to do? Did I miss it? Just light this up. We'll keep working. We'll just attack anything that tries to spawn on us. Okay, let's keep building here. We'll just try to work through the night, see if we can get it done. Okay. I was so bummed out on Sunday when I realized that 56 by 50. I was watching NCAA tournament stuff, and I was all happy, and then it was like all at once. It just sort of got a sick feeling in my stomach. I'm like, wait a minute, this adds up to 57, not 56 for the mine. I just did. I was like, well, I'm not changing the ceiling again, so we're just going to do some recalculation and give it some character by making the middle mine a little bit different on each part. All right, let's get some more torches down. When we were building that upper ring up there, we had an unfortunate incident with a skeleton that came to visit while we were trying to build, because I had forgot to light it. So I'm going to try to avoid doing that today. Okay, we got our floor built. Let's go around and do the walls up too. Tell you what, I'm just going to do it standing on it. Probably be quicker. Something else I might eventually do on the stream is play. I've never really played multiplayer Minecraft that wasn't on a server with my friends. Like, I've never really played much. That's not true. I played a little Tekkit on a server, but that was also with a friend. But I might just find a multiplayer world at some point and, start something up on it and find something that's probably vanilla based and multiplayer survival and give that a shot. Maybe kind of find a community that way to play with as well. So we have both our single player world and a good multiplayer world. Also, I hope as people find the stream, some people might have suggestions for that kind of thing, as far as somewhere they play that has a good community, or an idea of what to do next once we accomplish several of our big goals here in Minecraft. Some of the games that I'm interested down the road. Starbound is a game that has kind of caught my interest as far as watching. I've been watching people play it on Twitch. I think that game looks cool. Kind of has some Minecraft elements to it, actually. But that game looks neat. Non-PvP. I'm not a PvP. I don't like Minecraft PvP To me, if I want a PvP, I'll go play WoW or Guild Wars or something like that. Minecraft PvP, I don't know. It's not really my thing. I like building. I like the creative side of Minecraft. And you know, just kind of to me, Minecraft is like Lego blocks for adults, sort of. And so I like that part of it. Okay, I think if we put half slabs, can I make a half slab like this? No, it's 3 down at the bottom, so we need a table. Let's plop a table down. If I make half slabs, come on, you can do it. What is it doing? Whatever. If I make half slabs and put them on the bottom of a block like this, I think I can make the roof. That's not a half slab. I think I can make the roof like this and have stuff not spawn on top of it. That's my plan. So I'm gonna go along, put these down. Probably didn't really need to do this outside layer, but whatever. I started doing it now, so I want to finish it. It's weird to me that half slabs re-break as a whole block, too. I've always found that odd in Minecraft. Man. And so sort of my format, back to that when I'm streaming, I usually go for about hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Then I take a quick break, you know, just go grab some water, stretch the legs. I try to recommend to everybody not sitting for more than, you know, more than an hour and a half at a time. It's really not good for you to sit at a desk that long. So everybody should go grab some water, stretch your legs for about 3 minutes, and then come back and do about the same amount again. Kind of like a halftime, you know, for the stream. So let's just fill out the whole ceiling like this. I think I can do it faster from down here. This should make it where mobs don't spawn on top without having to light it up. This should make it where there's only room for non-Enderman mobs to spawn. And then we're going to be putting, I think if we just put a half slab like here and here, that'll make it where spiders won't spawn. Do that like there and there. That should make it where spiders won't spawn, because I think they need a 3x3 to spawn. We'll see. If spiders start coming down the chute, we'll just put more half slabs around, but hopefully that'll make it where spiders won't spawn. And the reason, even though I am terrified of spiders in real life, the reason we actually don't want them in this is because they cling to the walls. So that could be a little bit annoying. We're going to have to make some more half slabs, I have a feeling. And the last thing we'll do, we'll get all our half slabs down. We'll go down, we'll break our torches, and then we'll build. We're going to have to build a. Oh yeah, we need the signs to make them walk over to. We'll do that. I guess if it makes a whole block going up, it will break as a whole block. But if it makes 2 half slabs, that was weird. Then it doesn't break as a whole block. I have my TV turned off right now. I think that March Madness games are not on until Wednesday or Thursday, so I don't think I'm missing anything. There we go. Let's make all those. It's going to be interesting to see if this works. In theory, it should. It should at least work somewhat. And the idea behind any spawner is that you want to get the mobs away from the area they're spawning in. Like, you want to make an area that, like the principle behind it, you want to make an area that is conducive for mobs to spawn. You want to make it the only area in that sort of larger area where they want to spawn at. So they all spawn there, and they don't spawn other places and use up, I don't know if there's a certain fixed amount of mobs that can be spawned or whatever. But, and then you also want to make it to where you then take them away from that area as quickly as possible so that they will keep spawning. That way, when you move them away, then they're the only ones there, and there's nothing there in that area that spawned, and it'll spawn more, and then it'll spawn more, and that's how you get a good spawner going. So, I don't know how effective this one's going to be. It's about as simple as you can get for a mob spawner. Just a giant dark room with 4 canals that lead to a big hole. It's kind of a Sparta pit that they get pushed down. I've also seen possibly where you can stack these, like Game Start on Thursday. Thank you, Cab2. You're the other follower I had the other day. Thank you. I don't know if I got a chance to tell you thanks for the follow. I saw it after the stream, so I appreciate it. But anyway, you know, the idea is that I don't know what the idea where I was talking about, where I had gotten to. I had a train of thought in my head, but I've lost it. Oh, stacking them. That's what it was. That's what I was talking about. I've seen some. There's really some cool designs out there on YouTube where some people have really figured out how to min-max, you know, as much as they possibly can on a spawner, and where you can actually just stack them on top of each other and get a better production rate. There's one that I saw. One of the coolest ones I saw was like this X-shaped spawner that used water dispenser and redstone. And it pushed out like a triangle at a time of this water, and that was pretty cool. If I'm ever wanting to build like an industrial one, that might be sort of the design idea that I kind of steal / work on. But we don't want to deal with redstone quite yet. We don't want to deal with anything too complex. They were using like packed ice and all kind of stuff, and we're just not quite there yet. What we want to do is get some enchanting going. So just a simple spawner will do. Okay, do I have any more? Yeah, I got plenty. Do you have a team that you like, Cab2? Oh, that's no problem. Don't worry about a crash. I'm happy you guys are here. You know, that's the hardest thing as a new streamer is getting that initial following base. And so I really appreciate, you know, you really appreciate any of the first followers that come on. And that's why I'm wanting to do Follow Hollow, a way to thank you guys. Because it's big, you know, that and really a way that you grow on Twitch is by having viewers, and it's sort of a catch-20. That's a catch-22 as well, because it's hard to have viewers if you're not growing. But as you have viewers on any game, you know, you get pushed higher and higher toward that top, toward the top section basically, and then you get seen by more people, and you know that's. So, and it's really easy to grow once you're big, as funny as that sounds, but it's really hard to grow when you're starting out stream because you're nowhere near that top area. So, every viewer is very helpful. This water looks funny to me. I'm going to go ahead and put another bucket here. Not there. Another bucket here. I guess that's right. It looks like does that look crooked to you guys? It looks like it's a little crooked to me right there. Hey, it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. Been in the dark room too long. Okay, let's hop up here. Let's put our half slabs down. So I think we were going to do 2 out. Like, that's not a half slab. I think we were going to do... And the reason you want to use half slabs here... I say that. You kind of want the mobs to be able to walk over this. They're not going to... I can't walk over this. Because some of them will get, they'll be easier to get stuck behind here. But, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I might eventually come back up and fix this to be where there's enough ceiling for them to walk over the too high mobs like zombies and skeletons and stuff. Because if they could walk over this, it'd be a lot easier for them to get down here and fall, I would think. We'll just put it there for now, and we'll see. I don't know what made me think I could possibly make that jump. Can I jump up from here? No. Alright, 1, 2, block. 1, 2, block. 1, 2, block. And 1, 2, block. Okay. Can I make this jump? My head's hitting the ceiling is what's stopping me. Okay. Alright, there we go. Uh-huh. And here. And here. And here. So once again, the problem I'm worried about is I think you're supposed to build it. I'm not sure what exactly I did wrong. I think you're supposed to build it to where they can walk over this. So maybe the ceiling's one too low. But if the ceiling's any higher, I'd be using a half slab on the top part of a block, which I think just counts as a normal block, and then they could spawn up top. So maybe I've also crossed. I watched several videos, so I think I might have crossed two or three designs together. So yeah, the struggle is real. Yes, it is. Okay. Do we have enough wood to make some signs? Not really. Let's go chop some trees. We'll come back. We'll go chop some trees till it gets dark. We'll make some signs. I think I'll need... What if I want signs lining each side? I'll probably need... What is it? 8? So 8 times 2 times 4? 16 times 4? 64? Is that right? I don't know. I don't like leaving tops of trees, so I try to usually go ahead and go all the way up and get them. We tried to find, on day 1, so to recap for a couple of you that have only been here the last, either today or the last stream, on the first day, I streamed a day that never made air because I was muted for the first 2 hours that I tried to stream. It was a real ominous start to the whole process. But I had myself muted, so that was no good. And the only thing I really did that day was do some exploring and try to find an area that had some pine trees that kind of looked like our picture of Devil's Tower. So I wanted some trees that had sort of this tall look. I wanted it to be kind of a hilly area like this, where we build Devil's Tower and kind of have it look like it's set in Wyoming. Sort of the same general idea. And so that whenever we put it in for real, it'll, I don't know, it'll feel more at home, I guess. 64 signs. Thank you, sir. Why am I digging a tree with a pickaxe? I don't know. There's a big ravine down there I haven't gone down in yet. That might be one of the places we need to go kind of light up. Because that's kind of close to our spawner. Yeah, I'm sure mobs can spawn down there and take away from the ones in there. So we might go down there, and we'll see how we're doing on time here later. Just chopping down some trees. Who are some streamers that you guys watch, that you like to watch? I know for me, at least Minecraft-wise, I play a lot of Magic the Gathering, and so a lot of the streams I watch are Magic the Gathering streams as well. But for me, for Minecraft, hey, there's my house. How'd that get exposed? For for Minecraft, I like watching Bacon Donut. I like watching Giant Waffle. I like watching Sebadus, Wolf21. A lot of those Build Guild guys are some of the people I like to watch. Is there still a tree in here somewhere that's causing this to stay? Oh no, I just chopped that down. What am I talking about? Hi there, Mike 2000 DD. What's up? So who do you guys like? Do you watch mostly Minecraft streams, or do you watch, I don't know, other types of games? Or just do you kind of follow particular streamers regardless? Like, I know for me, I'll watch anything that, you know, Lethal Frag is playing, or Man vs. Game, or, you know, they don't just have to be playing Minecraft for me to enjoy. Tornus, you know, I enjoy watching him sometimes. And then other people, I don't, you know, like, it's funny. Some people have their niche in a specific game that I like, and then when they try to play other games, you know, I'm just sort of like, okay, well, I don't unfollow them or anything like that, but I sort of just wait until they, you know, are back onto a game I like or that fits them. Is it not night, really? Do I have like a fake sense of when it's nighttime, or am I just a little early? Does this tell me time? I don't see a time. Back to game. I see a sunset, though, so it's about to be night. Let's see how many signs we can make here. TD Sola. I don't know who that... What game is that, Mike? What game does that person play? Let's make some sticks. I think, what is a sign? 4... 6 of these and a stick, is that right? Yeah. You said I need 64 signs, so that's 32. I need more sticks. Plays Minecraft. Okay. And his name is TD Sola? Am I saying that right? Like, is that what he goes by? Or he or she? That should be enough signs, I think. Okay, what else am I going to need? I'm going to have to build a tower. Not too worried about that. I'll just put some water at the bottom and jump into it. I think that's enough. Let's see if I can sleep now. We'll cut down all this stuff before I go back out too. Just do a sweep of our garden here. Back to game. Okay. Get these seeds replanted. Stack our buckets. Hoppers. I'm gonna wait on the hoppers. Why did I put a brick there? I'm going to wait on the hoppers for now. I just want to get the very basic thing built, and then we'll start adding in the hoppers and all that kind of stuff. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a hoe. All right. And then for Magic, I don't know if you guys play Magic the Gathering. I've played it for about, 19 years. I watch Darkest Mage. I like to watch Greg Hatch if he ever streams. He's one of the best. He's one of the best streamers, just in general. But if you like Magic, he's definitely one of the best Magic streamers. Travis Woo's another one I like. Cedric. And then I also watch a lot of the Star City Games streams too. The card game, yeah. I don't play it online, or at least I haven't much. I've tried a time or two. Like one time when I was back in like 2006, I spent a bunch of money on it online and just sort of wasted some money. And then recently I I just sort of played around with it a little bit. I really was kind of getting into Pauper, but they stopped doing the Pauper daily events, which kind of made me mad. So I haven't really tried it since that. But that's something eventually on this stream I can see myself playing just because I like the game so much. And I've played it for so long. But the problem with Magic is, number one, it's more fun in person, you know, and actually having an interaction with friends and with people at a tournament. And number two, the Magic Online client is pitiful. It's like technology from the 1970s that they just refuse, for whatever reason, to update, even though they got all these people that are trying to throw money at them. They just refuse to update it. I don't know why, and to make it a better product. So, I don't know. We might play it. Can I sleep? Did I already sleep? What is going on? I'm losing my mind here. Okay. Let's go put these signs in. Let's also eat a bite. I got my wheat farm going pretty early because I feel bad killing pigs for some reason to eat them. So... Okay, come on, let's go. Am I even going to be able to get back up here? I don't know. I need to breathe at some point, but maybe not. There we go. We can do it. We did it. Okay, let's put these signs in. Oh, really? Let's put a bunch of signs. What did I just have one sign pulled up? I guess I must have. What was it? So much struggle. So much struggle. Uh-huh. Okay. There's one side done. Swimming upstream here. And we're getting better at it. Maybe I should draw a big arrow on the signs for the dumb mobs so they know which way to flow in the water. Let's put an arrow on the end for the dumb ones. Go this way. I think that's gonna help. Let's do it on all of them. Go. Oh, no. Go this way. This is definitely gonna help, I can tell. More signs. We need more signs. More signs. This is our message. Send them a message here. Go this direction, please. Oh, I'm getting excited about drawing an arrow. Almost did it on the first one. They just need a little extra help when they get here to the end. Go this way. Good. More signs. I like watching Shy Boy. He's another vanilla streamer I enjoy watching. He's interesting to me because almost every streamer you see these days has a camera. I don't know about every streamer, but most streamers have a camera. And he's a streamer who's done really well without having a camera. And so, it's kind of interesting. I tend to like, you know, streams that are either funny or friendly tend to be my favorite type of streams. I haven't watched many League of Legends streams. Honestly, don't like watching League of Legends streams. And it's not that I don't like League of Legends or Dota. I like those games fine. but I don't like watching other people play them. I just like playing them myself. It's kind of like I was gonna say soccer, but I don't like playing soccer either myself. But it's kind of like baseball. No, it's the opposite of baseball. Because I actually like watching baseball, but I don't like playing it. Never mind. Never mind this example. It's a horrible example. And I enjoy watching football and basketball, so I don't know. Anyway, I like to play League of Legends, okay, but I don't like to sit around and watch other people stream it. So, just personal. It's all personal preference, I guess. As far as World of Warcraft goes, I kind of like watching Swifty every once in a while, even though I don't still play. I find his stream pretty entertaining. Once I am on Twitch, I see seems like there are a lot of girls that play Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft's a pretty, it's friendly for any gender to play. I would say it's not like I think it's just Minecraft's for creative people, but people who enjoy building and who enjoy being creative. Probably a lot of people who like Lego blocks as kids. That's going to be your people you find that really enjoy Minecraft. For me, like when I started college, I was on an art scholarship, and so I've always had sort of an artistic, side and enjoy building stuff. All right, look at that. We got our signs done. We got these helpful arrows here at the end to remind the mobs which way to fall. I think we're good to knock out all these torches and chop down our noob tower and head on down. I think we're good. So does anybody see anything I need to do other than knock out the torches and get out of here? Alright, here we go. Things are probably going to start spawning before I'm ready for them to. I'm so not going to make this jump, am I? Why do I even try it? I know I can't do it. This should make zero light be in here. Once we're going to build a tunnel down so that no light can come up into it either. And that should work. Such struggle. Okay, we'll do this one. We'll pretend I didn't even want to go that way. Oh, it's getting dark. I should have left one on the ends. I can knock them all out at once and then head out. Alright. Okay, good. Let's knock this down. Let's knock this down. Let's grab our pick here. I wonder... Okay, that's the tower, so we're just going to knock our way down there. That was a weird... Did you guys hear that sound? What is that? Minecraft has weird sounds. Look how dark that is in there. That looks good. Let's hope it works. Okay, we'll chop this down. I shouldn't chop this down. I should go ahead and... While I'm up here, what am I doing? Wasted opportunity is what I almost had there. I should go ahead and build my... my funnel here. Are mobs... Here's the question. Are mobs about to fall on my head and kill me? I'd say there's a good chance, yes. But we're gonna try to... Oh, I got an idea. I could block this off. But I'm gonna have to, like, keep unblocking it off as I go down a layer. We'll just try to go fast and maybe we'll make it. Maybe we'll at least get far enough down. What am I doing? Where we won't die if they knock us off. My luck, very first mob is going to be a creeper though, and it's gonna land. It's gonna do like a gymnast 10.0 landing on my pedestal and then explode. So dark. torch down where I'm standing? That helps a little bit. What you guys should take bets here. Our monster is going to fall down on my head while we try to build this tower down. You would think they should, right? Maybe that's going to be if they don't, maybe that's a bad sign, because maybe it's not working. I also think you have to be a certain distance away for them to spawn. Like, I don't know how far it is, but I think you have to be a certain amount away for them to spawn in the first place. So I don't know if we are far enough away yet. More blocks. Down to 1 stack. We might not even have enough to finish our tower here. And it's getting dark. I think maybe I should just go sleep. What do you guys think? I'm going to go sleep. I'll build this tower back up, and we'll build this on down to the ground. Should I have blocked that off, you think? We'll see. Let's go sleep. Part of me wants it just to be spewing mobs whenever we come back, and the other part of me is going to be completely and utterly terrified if that's what's happening. Grab a couple more here. Should we grab some obsidian to make the base with? I have a little bit. I think yes. I have to be. I don't even have a diamond pick made. Or yeah, I do. Maybe I have one made. I have to be careful placing this because I don't want to have to break it if I place it wrong. So try to be kind of careful with it. I'm worried about all those half slabs slowing them down too. I hope that's not what's happening. You hate the knights in Minecraft solo? Yeah, they're a little scary. Let's put our torch down here. Kind of like having that light on here. I'm thinking like maybe the bottom two layers I'll make in obsidian, something like that. Just so if there's a bunch of mobs there and a creeper blows up, of course it'll probably kill the mobs too if it blows up. And we're gonna have to figure out. I'm going down now farther than 22 probably, so we'll probably have to. Figure out how far and build our base back up so that they stop dying. What do you guys think? Is it a bad sign we haven't seen one creature drop out of here yet? Probably. Can't tell what I'm doing. I think we cleared everything out up there. It's going to terrify me if I have to go up there and check it. I guess I probably will have to. But I don't know. Doesn't it feel like stuff should be already starting, even if it's not a lot? Should already be starting to show up. Have we just built a useless box in the air? That's one thing I'm going to have to ask myself. What do you guys think? I feel like things should be falling here. Is there a chance there are a ton of mobs underground right now, and that's why this is not working? I think there probably is that chance. I'm also worried about the half slabs being an sort of impediment to things getting out, but surely something would make its way out by now. Do I have it? I should have it on difficulty hard, yeah? I don't know. I'm a little bit baffled right now. Let's go get some dirt. We'll make a noob tower up to the top of it so we can kind of get in and inspect it. The other thing I might do, I'm not sure I like the way the top is either. So I might redo that. Dirt. Okay, let's go. I'm going to go up and check it out and see if I can tell if a problem is happening. Because my gut's telling me that even if there are monsters down in the caves, there still should be something falling out of this if we haven't messed it up. So I'm going to go up and look. Can we guess where this is at here? Somewhere around there. I'm gonna have to remember. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna come chopping this down, and if I didn't put those extra ones underneath it there, it's gonna have a problem. Okay, let's look in here. We have literal 0 monsters. Don't know why. Seems like things should spawn in here. Tell you what, let's chop these down. Let's not worry about the spiders yet. Let's just get something to something to spawn. My goodness. It's dark. Nope, didn't make it. Arrgh. Is it gonna knock me down? I feel like it would. Should I let it? I don't know. Oh! Ah! Oh, we knew it was bound to happen. Let's go grab all the stuff. Okay, well, that's actually a good thing to test, though, because I wanted to make sure that that you didn't need the water to actually flow down or anything like that. It definitely pushes to where it should push stuff off. So I don't know. Let's grab what stuff we can here. The good thing is it doesn't matter how ugly and how many noob towers you make in here, because it's all going to be covered anyway. So that's nice for building this kind of stuff. Okay. So we know the water will push us off. We know I can't make this jump because I've tried multiple times. Was I stopping anything from spawning with the way that I put those blocks? I don't know. Maybe. I didn't think so, but... This is 2 blocks. That should be plenty high for stuff to spawn. Alright, I'm going to fill it in, and maybe it'd be a good idea to get back up on top here and fill it in. Are we about to go down this hole again? It's almost would be the easiest way. Tell you what, let's put a dirt block here and here. Nope, just down the hole. Why not just down the hole? It's the fastest way. Oh, the only thing we're killing, we have not. Here's the score: mobs 2, us 0. We've killed no mobs, and we've killed ourselves twice. It will be interesting if this thing ever kills a mob, or if it's just a yak trap. Maybe that's what I'm building, is a yak trap. Oh, my goodness. We're about to have to take a break here, too. I can feel my blood pressure going up. Alright, let's run toward the stuff on the ground. We'll build our 3rd noob tower to get back up. We're gonna run out of dirt before we're done. I mean, there's a torch here. I seriously doubt that's keeping stuff from spawning. Of course, there's a hole in the roof right now, which is the main problem. Alright, let's go back up. We gotta knock out the dirt that we tried to put down in a feeble attempt to save our life. Patch the roof. Okay, can I knock out the dirt from the roof? That's question number 1. Let's get our tools back in the right spot here. Can I knock out the dirt from the roof? So, somewhere right around here. Let's not fall in it. Can I knock this out from here? Nope. Let's go down. Let's go down here. Okay, the dirt's gone. The place is clear. There's no torches. Let's go back up. All the dirt's gone. We're filling back in the ceiling. Ceiling fill in. Silly yak, indeed. The yak is drawing a blank here as to why this isn't working at all. I mean, like, I'd even be happy at this point for one skeleton to fall out of it. Just one. Just to give me some hope. Okay, everything is patched up. There's no light here. We're going back down. We're going back down. What if I could jump over to that ladder? It's tempting. Can I jump over to that ladder? Or, no, I can at least, I'll just jump in that water. That's what I'll do. Even though the ladder would have been much more Indiana Jones-like. Anything? I'm just going to block it off. No light is going in this now. So mobs will not spawn within 24 blocks of you from this YouTube? Well, if that's the case, this is like 23 high. So, I mean, like, that means I should be able to stand here and have them spawning. Let me knock the bottom of it back out. I saw that somewhere, too. I saw that there was a minimum distance. I just didn't know what it was. But I kind of figured it was like... can I see what I'm doing here? I kind of figured it was, you know, this was far enough. But maybe it's not. Let's knock this out. Let's pull this. I'm not going to put obsidian here until we get a mob spawner working that's a lot better than this, so... We'll just put this down to... Oh! It scared me! Something fell! A spider fell and died. Interesting. So here's what I'm going to do. So it fell and died, so let's put a block here so it doesn't fall quite as far. And it fell and died again. Hey, stuff's falling now. Did I just build a spider spawner? Like, my intention was to build this and not have spiders spawn, and instead I've seemed to have built a spider-only spawner. Not sure how that's possible. Oh, there was something else. Skeleton. Okay, stuff's falling, stuff's falling. What if I put half slab right here? I'm kind of wanting to make it like a little window where I can reach in and hit stuff. Maybe all those things spawn whenever I back up like this too. So let's back up. Let's see if it does anything. And you realize what's going to happen. A creeper's going to spawn right behind me and blow up while I'm like focused intently on this little hole. And I'm checking my back. $24 blocks. This is definitely 24 blocks away from the top of this spawner. Okay, and we know stuff is spawning because there has been things drop, but it's not at the certainly not at the rate yet that I'm hoping for. We also are going to have to build it a little higher, obviously. I'd like them to keep dropping. Let's try standing over here again. I wonder if that's what it is. I wonder if I'm too close. I don't know. nothing's happening again. Wonder why. Wonder how big the area is that it looks for other mobs to spawn and stuff. Building that up one higher. I'm also trying to figure out how high I can make it to make whatever does fall live. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to build myself a little... let's build ourselves a little... You know what? That should be within range of me just standing in the back of my house here. My back of my house is, you know, it's past 24, but it's not very far away. So I'm just going to stand right here. This is pretty safe. And we're going to take a break. We've been going for almost 2 hours. I think it'd be good for everybody to get up, stretch your legs, grab some water, use the bathroom, whatever. So I'm going to take a really quick break. I'll be back in about 3 minutes. And I'm going to tab back into it whenever I actually start the break. But let's find the old break screen here. One moment. Something's wrong with my little movie. I'm gonna open it back up. I usually run a little repeating GIF during my break, and I have some different ones. Today we're gonna check out Milhouse playing frisbee with himself. So let's plop this here. Make it a little bigger. Let's see if this will work. Okay, and let's go to break. Alright guys, we'll be back. I'm going to play a little music during the break too. I'll be back in about 3 minutes, and we will continue with this thing. Thank you for watching, and thank you for any follows that you've given me. And we'll get back to trying to make this mob spawner work and doing some other stuff here in just a second. Be right back. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I hope you stay with me through the break, and hope you got up and stretched your legs, grabbed a water, and we'll get back to it for another hour or so tonight. Let's get right back into the game here. I said I was going to let this. I was on the pause screen the whole break. I can't lie. So it probably hasn't done anything more than whenever we left. We're not going to do this all the entire time. I refuse to continue this for too much longer. If it's not working, what I'll do is just sort of do some more inspecting off stream and see if we can get it working for the next time. But we're going to look at it here in a second. What I'm going to do while we're waiting, and hopefully while like millions of mobs are dropping out of it right now, I'm sure, right? I'm going to go ahead and build our enchanting table, which needs some books around it, if I remember correctly. I think it needs like 16 books around it. Is that right? I don't know. Something like that. I don't think I even have near that many books, but we'll see where we're at. Good enough spot. Okay, let's build the enchanting table first. Now, I think, hang on, Millhouse is still throwing his frisbee over here. He's not, you can't see him, but he's distracting me. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to build an enchanting table. It's some diamonds, it's some obsidian, and is it a book? Is that right? I might have to look on the wiki. Yeah, I have a feeling we're not going to have near enough, what does this make? Pages. What does pages make? Books. Somehow you can make a book. Am I going crazy? Or a bookcase? Is it a bookcase that you make? I don't think I'm going crazy. I think it's something like this. Okay, well look, because I don't want to waste everybody's time since I'm forgetting. Let's sleep. And I'll pull up the wiki for everybody to see it so you can find out with me, if you don't already know. Let's go to, not the mine plans. Let's go to the wiki. Let's pull this up. Okay, let's look up bookcase. Okay, how do you make the book? Paper. You need leather to make the book? This is new to me. You need leather to make the book? Oh, we're gonna have to get a leather farm going too then. Unfortunate. Okay, we just need one book to make the table at least. I can't believe you need leather to make the book. I'm pretty sure that's new since I quit last. Because I don't remember needing leather for every book. I remember having a million bookcases, and I don't think I used leather for them. But anyway, you need leather now, so I guess I need it. Let's see if I have any yet. One piece of leather. Okay. Man, we're going to have to breed... I guess that's cows. So we're going to have to breed some cows. I didn't really pay attention. I think it's like this. Okay, there's our book. I guess it's a leather-bound book. And then... what was it, like this? Oh, yeah. Enchantment table. Okay, and then we're going to want to place this... dig out one more wall here. I know we want to be able to put bookcases all around it and have a space. Is that, can we go one more back? This is just temporary once again. This is all going to be in the lair. It's in the new update. Oh man, it used to be easy to make books, right? Like you used to just churn out books with with the reeds or the sugar cane, whatever it's called. That's what I remember anyway. I can pick this up, right, once I put it down. I guess there's only one way to find out. Should I dare try breaking it? Whew, okay, good. I just wanted to make sure, because I do plan on moving it. Okay, well, there's the enchanting table. We have, obviously, since we've been plummeting to our death, we don't have any significant levels to enchant anything with, and we only we don't really have much to enchant right now either. So, anyway, there's our enchanting table. If we could get our mob XP farm going, it sure would help, right? Let's knock this stuff down and we'll go check it. I bet there's a million. I bet there's a million mobs in there. Don't you guys think? Is that wishful thinking? Maybe. Huh. It didn't give me seeds. I thought all the adult plants gave you seeds. I guess not. Do our replanting here. It's weird. I don't see how it didn't give me enough seeds. Maybe I broke one that wasn't an adult or something. Whatever. Okay. We're gonna need some leather. Big time. Let's not take our diamonds out with us. They're a little bit too precious right now. Not even gonna worry about taking that obsidian just yet. Let's go. Let's just go see how things are progressing at our failure of a XP farm. Let's go see if there's just a pile of monsters down here to kill. Okay, I see items. I feel like I want to put a torch here. But I don't want to put any light going up in there. Hey, there's a skeleton. We got a little XP! Something fell? They're still falling and dying, though. Should we raise it half a slab, maybe? They're still falling and dying. Let's raise it up half a slab. I don't know if half a slab even does anything when it comes to this kind of stuff, but we're going to try it. It's so dark under here. I don't want any light to go in there. I assume it can't as long as I put it back like that. This is just not happening at the rate I had imagined. It's so dark in there, I can't even tell. They're still falling and dying. They're definitely spawning from somewhere. must have been a creeper or a spider, I guess. I think we should maybe raise it up one more block, one more half block, one more block, whatever. Let's do that. I don't know why I'm using these half blocks like this. That's actually too high. There's a creeper. It's a little scary. It's so dark you can't even see what's in there. It just makes it worse. Stuff's still definitely not falling at the rate I would hope it would. There's a creeper. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much more time with this. It's working, but it's working poorly. So, let's go back to here. So, I think it's going to have to be something I fool with a little bit off stream to see if I can get it. Oh, there's somebody in armor. Let's bust out a sword. Or a half slab. You know what I mean? It's working, it's just, it's not working quite right for some reason. Okay, I think we're gonna be done with this. Let's move on to something else on our checklist today. Speaking of our checklist, let's just look at it really quick. I always like being able to look back at what I had hoped to do today. Okay. We're definitely not going to build another one, even though time is allowing. We're not going to build another one until we get one working somewhat better. So, these two we can go ahead and check off for today. Build the XP mob spawner. Build another time allowing. We're not doing that yet. We got the enchantment table built. We just unfortunately found out we're going to need leather. And so we're going to maybe have to do some sort of cow roundup and breeding on our next stream. Mine, dig out one layer. I think that's going to be our next project. Figure out the outside of the lair door and build a layer on Devil's Tower. Of these things, of these three things, I think I'm going to go work on one layer of the mine first, and then one layer of Devil's Tower. Not sure I'm going to get to the lair today, but we'll see. Let's do it. Let's dig out some of the mine. Oh, hello. There's some boots. I wish I could get that stuff. That's one way to do it. That's not a very sustainable way, but that's one way to do it. Okay, it's working. It's just working poorly. We'll work on it. We're definitely not gonna settle with that being our mob spawner because that's pitiful. But for now, we got the general structure built. We just got to figure out how to optimize it, I think. All right, let's clear out some space. We're gonna just need space. Some golden boots. Look at that. Probably just go ahead and put those on since they were free. Clear out space, clear out space. The only things we need here are, we need our buckets actually empty. So let's empty out all our buckets here. Did I lose a bucket somewhere? My magic shoes. Alright, empty out our buckets. We use the buckets to gather up lava in the lava pools if we run across any of those. Did I lose a bucket somewhere? I must have. I had 6 on me earlier. Okie dokie. Let's just put all this stuff up. We're going to need some more. Definitely need another couple picks. Which means we need to smelt some iron. Let's get this going. Sticks. Okay, so we're switching gears. We're going to go take out a layer of the mine. We're going to look at it again, kind of just go around it. I'm going to continue working on it off stream as well. But, you know, we'll do a layer of it on stream, whatever. And then we'll go work on a layer of, one layer at the bottom of Devil's Tower, too. Let's make some picks. We'll eventually need all 4 of them for sure anyway, so. And let's also make a iron shovel while we're at it. Okay, let's do it. Back down to the mine. So, I think I'm going to just go around and get this top layer off here. That's going to be first. I'm just going to kind of work it down in layer at a time. Once we get down to where this is, we actually will come out one and leave that there. Because that'll be sort of the floor, essentially, of the next layer of mines. Hey, there's a slime. This is our mine down here. It's going to be a mega mine, sort of. Hello, slime. I don't know if the slimes are actually mean, but I know I need the sticky piston stuff, so we're killing them. I know they like to bounce at you. I don't know if they're actually hostile or not, though. I don't think they are. I hear lava, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful as we start kind of chopping through. Our goal is to take off this one top layer here. If we can do that, that'll be a pretty successful trip down here to the mine for the stream anyway. I do not want to bore the stream by doing all 15 layers on stream. I just think that'd be too too much to ask people to watch. But we'll do a little bit of it. There's several movies coming out I'm pretty excited to see. I'm hoping to see Noah this weekend. I don't know if it's how accurate it's going to be to the... Trap we set for ourselves. Is this the bottom? Not sure. It is the bottom. There's bedrock I see. For the time being, so we don't keep doing that, I'm just going to kind of fill this back in. To there, at least. Okay. Anyway, I'm interested in seeing Noah. To me, I don't think it's going to be very true to the biblical account of Noah, but I think it could be a pretty interesting movie. I love some of Darren Aronofsky's other movies, Black Swan and Pi and Requiem for a Dream, so should be good. And then the week after that, the new Captain America movie comes out. I'm a big comic book fan, big comic book movie fan, and so I'm really excited about that Captain America movie. I've been watching and kind of catching up on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. I had watched it a little at first, and then I sort of just let my DVR fill up and was, just taping them but not watching them. And now I'm going back and watching them, and they're pretty good. It actually got better from, to me, some of the first, 3 or 4 episodes were a little dull, and the characters felt a little boring, but it's got more interesting lately, so I'm back into that show. I don't watch a ton of network television. A lot of what I watch for my entertainment is Twitch. I watch other streamers and other games. And I use Twitch, both to just sort of sit back and relax and watch a game that I like. And then also I use Twitch to find games, that I might want to play. And that, might be the next game that I want to try out. So, I don't know. I love Twitch. And I love what it provides as a free entertainment source, free, with the internet or whatever, as a free entertainment source for, just being able to provide hours and hours of entertainment and unique entertainment, where you can interact and everything too. Yeah, I know. That's why I want the enchanting table, Jace. You go by Jace? What do Jace ANP? I don't know. I can say the whole thing, but Jace is easier. Jace is a magic character too, so. But that's why I want the enchanting table. Should I go ahead and... You think I should go ahead and enchant, like, the iron picks as well? I can also just go ahead and use a diamond pick too, but... I don't know. This seems to break pretty quickly. I don't know how much time. I'm sure I'd save a good bit of time in the long run if I would just do it, but... I know definitely... I eventually want a diamond pick with fortune on it. I eventually would like a diamond pick with efficiency and unbreaking would be great. But I think what the enchanting thing can only go to with no books around it, it can only go to 7 or 8, something like that. Sean? Okay, I can try. I'll try to remember that. I'm sure eventually I'll be able to. I feel like when I'm doing this, when you're doing other stuff in Minecraft, you can pretty much talk about Minecraft, but I feel like when I'm doing this, I need to talk about things outside of Minecraft just to cut the, out of mithril? I don't even know what mithril is. Is that in the game, in vanilla? I seem to remember seeing mithril in some mod packs. And I seem to remember mithril in Lord of the Rings, but I don't know if I don't know. I haven't run across mithril yet in this world. I don't know if it's, once again, I'm out of date with what's actually currently in Minecraft. So if it's out there, And I'm sure it is somewhere. I just don't have it yet. I have some ideas for some stuff I want to add to Minecraft someday, or that I hope will be in vanilla Minecraft someday. One of the things I think would be awesome are video cameras, like security systems. Enchanted books you want to look for. Enchanted books. I know there are where you can like enchant a book to save an enchantment if you don't have like a weapon or whatever ready yet. Adamantium? I don't know. I think that's in X-Men. Is that in Minecraft? I know there's a lot of crazy mod packs out there, and so I would not doubt that any metal or even fictional metal is probably available in some version of Minecraft. But I don't think adamantium and mithril are available in vanilla Minecraft. Be pretty cool to have a marble Minecraft though. Like where instead of using tools to do all the digging and gathering, you used X-Men superpowers and stuff. Yeah, you actually dug with Wolverine's claws, or like, and you burn blocks out with Colossus vision, or with Cyclops vision. I mean, Professor X like mines. He mind mines. Magneto is just like lifting blocks up. That's how he mines. I think I'm onto something here. It's gonna be a huge room, man. I don't think I really quite realized how big of a how big of a room this would be. But it'll be cool. It'll be an impressive looking mine system when we're done with it. Basically, the mine shafts, as we do layers of them, are going to be staggered on top of each other to kind of cover maximum ground. Now in my head I'm thinking of X-Men playing Minecraft. That just seems awesome. Seems so much better than using any sort of a pick or a shovel just to use your X-Men power. Oh, that's something I saw today too. I don't know if you guys have seen. I don't know if you guys are comic book movie fans or whatever, but the new X-Men Days of Future Past, I think it's called. That trailer came out today with shows the Sentinels flying. It shows Peter Dinklage, I think that's his name, from Game of Thrones, the dwarf in Game of Thrones. Yep. Pesky old nature calling you away is always annoying. But anyway, that new X-Men preview is pretty cool. You should definitely look it up on YouTube or something if you haven't seen it. What? We got a visitor. We got a visitor. You're supposed to be spawning in my mob spawner, skeleton. I have no bread. I have 4 or 5 arrows in me. My goodness. That guy just lit me up. Look at that. He just lit me up. This is supposed to be me, by the way. I wear glasses. I'm always wearing some kind of a black shirt, and yeah, so and khaki pants is what I usually wear to work. So, okay, we're gonna have to go get some bread. I don't know. I thought I had some on me, but I have no idea which side the stairs are on. The guy who had learned languages. Is there a guy who learns languages? I guess he could. I would think Professor X would be the like the mind trick guy who talked the bricks off the wall. It's weird sometimes. Sometimes when I'm in these headphones, because I wear headphones all day at work, and then I wear them here when I'm streaming, and I'll hear like a pop or something somewhere else in my house, like, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I hear things in these headphones that I don't think I would normally hear in my house. Okay, food is what I came for. Do some nom-noms here. Let's go ahead and put up the cobble that we have. Shift click. There we go. Let's look at this. Let's say I want to enchant this. Like, level 2 enchantment? Is that even worth it? I guess why not, right? Can we make... Let me see if I have even one more book. Or one more piece of leather, I mean. I just don't have any leather. I wish you could make rotten flesh books. I could get a ton of rotten flesh. We'll get it eventually. I just got to round up some cash. That's probably going to be pretty high on our priority checklist for tomorrow. Whatever. We're just sticking it in there and enchanting it. Oh, 8. Okay. Is there something where you can tell attack damage? Oh, that's not what it's going to give it. That's just what it has already, right? Yeah. Is there some way to tell? I don't know. Let's just click it. Efficiency 1. That's better than nothing, I guess, right? You want to go check our mob spawner? Let's just go see. Hey, there's things in it. The skeletons are killing stuff. Interesting. It's a little annoying that I can't reach that from here. Like, why is that not sucking over here to me? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I knew it was gonna happen. It was my worst fear. I'll just put 2 of these down. That'll work. Okay, well, still, it's working about like it was, which is not very good. It's the X-Men with the power of languages named Rosetta Man. Alrighty. Music disc. I've really done much with the music disc. I'm assuming they're for jukeboxes. We're gonna need more picks. We're gonna get plenty of iron as we dig this out. Can you build a Dyson? Like a vacuum cleaner? Cypher. Oh, that is a good X-Men name. Is that a real character that has the power of languages? I don't know. here we go. Back down. We want to finish this layer. Probably stream till about 10 o'clock tonight, so about 20 more minutes. Don't know if we'll get it done or not, but we'll try. I've already dealt with a lot of lava. I'm sure there's a lot more in this block that we're going to have to deal with, but we've kind of decided to do this, so we're going to follow through with it. Anyway, back before we got X-Men distracted, the thing I was talking about was security cameras. Like, I think that would be so cool in Minecraft if you had like a security camera block and then a monitor block, and where you could set it up anywhere you wanted to, like if you built a a house or whatever, and you wanted a security camera at the front of it, you set up your security camera block. And then anywhere you I guess you could redstone wire it, but I'd like it even better if it just worked remotely, and you had your monitor block. You could set up like a TV. I just now realized who Kabatu is. He's a friend of mine. He's trying to troll me, but it wasn't working, was it? Hey there, buddy. So slimes don't hurt you, I guess. I guess there's no extra A, it's just Cab2. Cab2. Cab2 is one of my friends that I play Magic with in real life all the time, so. Thanks for watching, Cab2. Cab2, how should I say it? You should give me a phonetic spelling of it, by the way, so I say it the way it's supposed to be said. I ordered a bunch of, about $100 order on Geeks the other day. I ordered what I could see of the Greg Hatch Mono Blue deck, Mono Blue Martyr Legacy deck. I ordered that stuff, like Sky Patrol Husser, whatever it's called. I ordered the Martyrs. I don't think they had any Disrupting Shoals. I was looking for those. But I placed about a $100 order. It's like 180 cards, because I also picked up a bunch of the Theros and Born of the Gods stuff I was missing, like a lot of the uncommons and that kind of stuff. It's going to get dark. I'm going to have to start laying torches down this next layer around. It's going to start getting dark, because we're knocking them all off. Goodbye, efficiency pick. See, I don't know that that made any difference at all. Like, why waste the levels on it, right? Efficiency, I think, is just where it... Is that where it hits faster or can hit longer? I guess unbreaking is hitting longer. Efficiency, I guess, would be hitting faster. So it's probably hitting like a diamond pick in speed-wise, I guess. While we got our shovel out, we'll break our neat little pattern and just go ahead and knock out all this dirt. This is gonna, if I just let this all get dark, this would be a much better spawn area than the thing we built, but it'd also be like super dangerous. So let's get some torches out. Start laying some torches down as we go too. I think one reason I get hungry when I do this is because I like double tap forward a good bit, and I think that it's like I'm mini running every once in a while. And so it takes my hunger down a little faster than it should. Eventually planning to get a new keyboard again too. This keyboard like I haven't been playing a ton of games on it, and it's fine for just like using Facebook and watching Twitch and chatting and that kind of stuff. But when I play games on it and I'm pressing the buttons a lot more, I had a nice Razer Black Widow keyboard, but I think I shorted it. Like I walked around at one point in socks in my house and touched it and felt it like it had a little mini zap, and I heard it do the USB dunk dunk. And then it just stopped working. It started like doing all kind of just bizarre stuff after that, and I never could get it working right again. So I think I zapped it. Which stinks because, of course, it might even have been, the nice thing about this keyboard is it's not very loud as far as the actual button presses, and I do press the buttons a lot in Minecraft. So maybe it's a good thing I don't have that mechanical keyboard. Maybe that would be even more annoying. I just have to wait and see, but I like pressing it more. I know that personally, regardless of the sound, it feels better to press those nicer keys and switches. Boy, these layers are big. That's why I'm doing most of this off stream, but I'm wanting to do one layer on stream just so I make sure I get something done on it tonight. This feels like mowing the grass, which it's about time to start doing that too. And I cannot stand mowing the yard. It's better that it's my yard now instead of like having to mow my parents' yard or something. It's at least you kind of take a little bit of pride because it's your own yard, but me and yard work don't mix very well. You should, let me put it that way, you should take a little bit of pride because it's your own yard. The worst thing is that I have neighbors who are like they just love, oh boy, it's warm weather and we can go work out in our yard now. And so it's like they take such happiness, they get such joy out of making their yards look good, which unintentionally makes my yard look worse. And it's like they have a contest going for who can make my yard look worse on either side of me by making theirs look better. So yeah, not a big yard work fan. I'm a big cold weather fan. So Tennessee is not necessarily the best place to live for somebody who I'd be perfectly happy if it never got above like 60 all year long. 50 would be fine with me. I'm fine in the 40s. How old is the keyboard? Nah, it's over a year old now. I think it was even over a year old. I don't know if it was over a year old when it happened or not, but it definitely is over a year old now. I didn't buy any sort of extended warranty or anything on it. This is so much rock to dig out. Why didn't we want a 26 by 26 mine? We'd be done by now. It's not going to feel as epic, though. I mean, when we're done with this and we actually have all the mines in place, it's going to look awesome. I'm going to build a platform about... so this goes from level 5, the bedrock on 5, and comes up to the top part of the top mine being on 15, the frame being on 16, which is like right here, or which is like right here, and then 17 being a free ceiling space above that. And so, that's going to be like, I think it's 4 layers of mine, 56, 56 by 56 by 56. There'll be mines on 3 of the sides, 4 layers tall. It's going to look cool. But it's a lot of digging. I watched, I don't know if you guys watched Walking Dead. Watched that last night. Not going to spoil anything. I try not to be a spoiler on the show. But I will talk about stuff I like and try to be a little bit, you know, ambiguous about specific events. But I thought it was a good episode. I think the season finale next week is going to be pretty sweet. We don't really know much about the place they're going to yet that everybody's headed to, but it's putting itself out there as being a good place. I think it's probably going to be a not so good place. And like mowing the yard, this should be like getting, if I was going around in circles, it should get faster every little circle I do, but it's so big it just doesn't shrink, it seems like. You can see now, like, now that I've been doing this for 10 minutes or so, you can see why I was so heartbroken when, number one, when I had 10, I had already started doing the roof and I was 10 off, and I had to, like, re-break half the roof to try to fix it. And then secondly, whenever I realized my math was off on my design by literally 1 square, and so that was pretty sad too. See a skeleton up there. I'll wait till he shoots at me to go get him. I'm super excited for Game of Thrones to start back up. In the past, I've reordered HBO the last 2 years whenever it started back up, but I don't think I'm going to do that this year. I think I'm just going to try to find it online or something. Alright, come on, skeleton. Bunch of skeletons. I probably didn't put enough torches down. Hey, you know what, though? We'll get some XP while we clear this out. It'll break up the monotony of it anyway. We'll get more XP down here just strip mining than we would than we will at our mob spawner. Going out of town for a few days, so I won't be able to stream on usually I would stream on either Wednesday or Thursday, but I'm not going to be able to stream either of those 2 days because I'm going to be out of town. So the next time I'll be streaming is tomorrow, first of all, and then I'm going to be on a little bit of a break, probably till next Monday. Might stream a little bit on Sunday, depending on what's going on, but we'll definitely be back to regular schedule next week for several weeks. I definitely wanted to get it in today and tomorrow just to kind of keep a flow going. I think for any streamer who's trying to start out, the biggest thing that's helpful is just to stream. You know, even if it's not good, even if it's whatever, just to get more comfortable on camera, to get down just the technical stuff, that kind of stuff. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing. Oh, thanks for playing. No problem. Like, thanks for streaming. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. It's easy to stream. It's hard to go out there and find somebody who's not a big streamer and watch them, so I appreciate the effort. I didn't get to see hardly any of the Oscar movies this year. In the past, I went to film school, and so in the past, I was always up to date on, having seen like all the Best Picture nominees and all that kind of stuff. But lately, I just, I don't go to the theater near as much, and So I just have to catch stuff on DVD, you know, when I get the chance. So there's a lot of the Oscar movies from this past year that I still haven't seen. I think there's also a new Wes Anderson movie coming out. I usually really like his stuff. It's some sort of, I don't know if it's a hotel movie or something like that. But I really like Life Aquatic and Royal Tenenbaums and some of those films. Still haven't sneezed on camera. That's something I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for like some embarrassing, yeah, I'm sure eventually it'll happen, like embarrassing moments to happen on camera. Are we full? Man, we are full. Hey, I got an enchanted bow. Nice. Is there anything we can use up? My computer will crash if I try to stream. Yeah. That is a long time to have a computer. 7 years. That's getting at the end of a computer life, probably. I was a little bit worried about mine, but it seems to be doing pretty good, actually. I record the stuff I stream too, and I do it all on one computer. So I was a little bit worried whenever I started when I started testing it, you know, for the stream. I'm gonna go empty my bags. You know, I should just have cobblestone chests down here. Do I have enough wood to make one? No, because I don't have any wood, so that's fine. But I was a little bit worried about mine being able to handle streaming. It's about a hotel or set in a hotel. Yeah, that's what I thought, that Wes Anderson movie. I was worried about, you know, I knew it could handle the game fine. I built my computer, first computer I built myself too, which was actually a really fun process. It's definitely the way I'm going to go in the future instead of, up till now, I had always bought like pre-made computers, but it was really a fun time putting this thing together and ordering the parts I wanted. Hey, it's raining. First rain I think I've seen. Can we sleep? Only sleep at night. It's never night when I try to sleep. Cobblestone. Do that. Get these out of here. I wanted to make some chests. And just make some cobblestone, some cobblestone holding chests down there since we're always running out. How are we doing on picks? 2, 3. I tell you what, I'm not going to put you guys through much more torture on this mine. I'm going to use up these picks, and then if we're done with the layer, we're done with the layer. Whichever one happens first, using up the picks or being done with the layer. So it won't be too much more here. Diablo 3 came out today. Cabtutu. Diablo 3 came out today. Did you get it? And are you playing it? It might be entertaining for all of us if a spider fell near me. You mean if a spider fell near me in real life? That would be horrible. Oh, look. I was on the wrong layer there. If a spider fell near me in the game, I would still scream. Let's root for that thing, because the other one is just mean. If a spider fell near me in real life, that's horrible. I would freak out on stream, and it'd be awful. I'd lose viewers. If a spider fell near me in the game, I can handle that. That's, would still scream, but, I'd be alright with it. There's some lava and obsidian down here. There's lava underneath that obsidian. That's where I died earlier. Somehow, I don't know how, somehow I fell down in trying, I had a diamond pick. I had full iron armor. Why I was wearing these things while I was mining obsidian over lava, I have no idea. Just stupid. And I didn't mine straight down. Like, I was trying to be careful, and still somehow I broke the block, and it said I was standing on the one I broke, and I just bloop straight down into the lava and lost everything I had on me, which was, like I said, diamond. The painful parts of it were diamond pick and full iron armor, which was just, I didn't even need it. Why did I have it on? I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to be mining out. I'm not going to... I might do a layer every day that I stream just to get this done. But I'm going to be doing this while I'm just, sitting here chilling, watching TV or whatever, watching movies. I'll be knocking out the rest of these mine layers. So that, because what I want to really show on stream is the building of the mines themselves, the frames and the way that the order I'm stacking it, and that kind of stuff in the game. Of course. Oh, good. You're not too cruel-hearted and wanting me to have real life terror. Thank you. Drop another light here. What's going to happen first? Can anybody guess? Am I going to run out of iron picks? Did I just knock out the light that I placed? I sure did. Or am I going to actually finish this layer first? That tricked me for a second. I thought it was diamond. I think you need this for enchanting at a certain point, but it looks like my poor little level 8 enchanting table, not there yet. Were you ordering it from Cab 2? You never did tell me your phonetic spelling of Cab 2 either. Is it just Cab 2? Is it Cab 2? Yeah, you gotta. If you're in single player, you gotta kill the end dragon by yourself. I've never fought an end dragon before. I've seen some YouTube videos and stuff. I don't know that it's that hard once you get geared out, and have on the best gear and potions and weapons. But maybe it is. I don't know. 2 picks left. Are we gonna finish? My guess is no, but I don't know for sure. A lot of the middle's already dug out, so that's a little bit we don't have to do. Just digging away. One thing I haven't watched Minecraft-wise that I used to really be into, I think I'm going to catch back up with them, are Simon and Lewis. The Blue Zephos guys. I used to really enjoy their adventures. I'd take a lunch break and just kind of keep up with them. Digital. I'm not sure what digital is in reference to. Just mining away. The ceiling, the only thing I'm going to do different on the ceiling that's not already done is place torches all along here. Let's go ahead and eat. All these rows in the ceiling are going to be full of torches. And so, like 100% facing, each one facing out, 100% covered in torches like that. All the way around every ceiling hole. I think that'll look cool from underneath. And, just give it a little bit of, not just a flat ceiling, and a little bit of a design. Kind of help show how big it is. And give a little bit of light, too. Can't hurt, right? If we get really close... What if we get like 3 blocks away and our last pick breaks? Are we going to finish it? Digital download for D3, right. Is it out at midnight tonight? Or is it out at, is it already out? Can you already get it? There's a witch. Oh my goodness, there's a witch. I've never fought a witch, but we're gonna go for it. Do I have anything on me? I have a bow. Should I try using the bow? I've never fought a witch. We killed the witch. That was easy. This bow's good stuff. Do we not get any XP from killing a witch? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, you're right. If we only have 1 or 2 blocks left and our last pick breaks, we're going nuts on it. We're just gonna hit it with our bare fist, rage break it. If it's more than a couple, though, we're gonna just say forget it. I don't think we're gonna even be close. I don't know. We're getting down to only having a little bit left. I think this is still more than one and a half picks worth. Oh, it's not live till the 25th. PST, I'm sure. Like you can buy it like at midnight, or you're saying like there's going to be an update and you have to wait till the actual daytime to be able to play it, like WoW, so like a WoW update or something. Why is it looking darker all of a sudden over there? Just 1 pick left. Here we go. I'm hearing lots of monsters too. I don't know. Lots of zombie grunts. Takes so long to mine out this big of an area. I do wish I had like a diamond pick with efficiency 3 or 5, whatever it goes up to. That'd be so sweet if we had our enchanting table set up and going. But we also, to do that, need an XP farm too, I think. So we'll get it all together, but it's just a process. I think high on my list, checklist for tomorrow's stream is we're going to be looking for some cows and bringing them back. I have to figure out how to make a lead, kind of bring them back with us, and then figure out what to feed them. Hopefully it's just wheat, because we got plenty of wheat. I wonder what a cow eats other than wheat. It'd have to be wheat, right? I can look it up on the wiki, I guess. If I was making the rules, cows would eat wheat. Who knows what they actually eat. Or sugarcane, that'd be fine too. The update's already pushed out. Just can't use the new content like WoW. Okay, I see. So you're ready to go. You just gotta have them flip the switch. I want to try Diablo 3, the new setup. I think I have a level 60 is the character limit. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I think I have a maxed out character. I think I was doing Diablo runs. Not runs, but I think I killed Diablo on the hardest level in the game, so I think that would mean I have a character that's maxed out. I had a demon hunter that was maxed out. Moo? No, we're not getting anywhere near getting this done with this last pick. That's okay. I'll get it done on my own and try to get another layer or 2 done tonight. I don't know. We'll see how I need to time how long it takes me to do a layer. I think we started this about I don't know, I want to say 9:50, and it's 10:10 now. So we've been working on this layer for about 20 minutes. So a layer probably takes about 30 minutes all in all. So if I have another, let's see, 5 and 6 are pretty much, no, that's not true. The perimeters are done, but moo, 2 cows plus 2 wheat equals 1 cow, baby. All right, so wheat's what we need. Oh, the expansion raises the level cap too. Nice. Okay. All right, not many hits left here. There she goes. We're out of picks. Way too much to go crazy on with our hand here. So I will finish this myself. Let's run back up. Let's look at our mob spawner one last time, since that was sort of the big thing that we worked on today. I mean, there could be some miracle going on out there right now where they're just like congregating by the thousands in there. I doubt it, but WoW did not come out before Diablo. The first Diablo was a long time ago. I don't know a date, but let's see what WoW came out in what, maybe 2000? That's a guess. Maybe not quite that long ago. Maybe 2002 or something. I'm not sure. Can we sleep? Of course. Why would it ever be night whenever I try to sleep? It's raining. What we got over here? Surprise me, monsters. Drop down. Drop down. It just does not work. I'm pretty sure I did things by the book as far as the simple tutorials I saw. But definitely not working how I had imagined it. This should be, like, in my mind, there should be one of these hitting the floor every second. Once a second I'd be pretty happy with right now. Oh, not Diablo 1 and... Right, Diablo 1 and 2 were early. WoW was 2005? Really? Wow, it seems like it was earlier than that. No, it was earlier than that. There's no way. No, it's definitely earlier than that, because I was playing it in college, and I graduated college in 2004. Yeah, it was at least 2003, if not 2002. Because I spent a year, a year or two of college with all my free time going to WoW raids, pretty much. Okay, let's go look at our checklist. We'll see what we got done. Okay, build the XP mob spawner. Well, we built it. It doesn't work right, but we did build it. That's part of the way there. Part of it could be I need to go down underneath and light up caves. That could be where a lot of stuff is spawning that's taking up those spots. I don't think I messed anything up inside of it, but who knows. So we built it. It's just not great. Build another? Not yet. We're going to do some more research first. Mine. Dig out one layer. we half did that. It's like everything we did today, we sort of half did it. Man, everything we did today, we half did it. We dug out most of a layer, and we used about 7 picks, but the layers are so big, it just takes forever. I don't want to subject you guys to too much more of that. So we tried. Enchanting table, we built. We don't have the stuff to build books because all of a sudden books take cow meat or cow leather. So we're going to have to get a cow farm going tomorrow, which is fine. At least now we know, and we'll work on that. We did not build a layer on Devil's Tower. We just sort of ran out of time for that, but that's just a long project that we'll eventually get to as well. And figure out the outside layer door. We didn't get to these 2 things today, but that's okay. We got a good bit done. Let's go ahead and hit the button, reset it for tomorrow, and we'll be back on stream tomorrow about the same time, about 7 o'clock. And yeah, we'll continue on. Probably start looking for some cows. Will be one of the first things we'll do. let's see. Thank you guys for watching. Andrew, was it Andrew? I'm gonna check, so I want to make sure I get it right. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Bum, 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 ba-dum. I'm scrolling up. I can't find it though. I think it was Andrew. Jace, was it Andrew? I think it was. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subbing. Brown Man, I know you had to leave for the night, but you're going to check it out later maybe. If not, that's cool too. But thank you for watching and subbing. Kevin, thanks for stopping by. Magical Mame, thanks for stopping by. And any other viewers that came by and didn't chat. I know I do that all the time. I go in people's streams and I just lurk. I just flip it on the widescreen and kick back and relax and just get entertained. So that's all good if that's how you want to do it. If you haven't followed and you're watching, please follow. I'd really appreciate it. I'm a new streamer. I'm going to be trying to stream at least 3 times during the week each week, and some on the weekends. Weekends will just sort of be random times. Minecraft for now, but other games in the future, very possible. And so thank you guys. One thing we do, I'm in the USA. I'm in the USA. One thing we do here, we do an opening poem and we do a closing poem. And so, to end the show, I just have to say, the time is nigh, my good companions. We have reached this journey's end. Rest then now, ye weary warriors, for soul and body both must mend. But drop not thy guard more than an eve, for tomorrow's light brings quest anew. Though courage is a fading virtue, it's one we know we must pursue. Soon, we'll be summoned back to action. They'll light the fires and ring the bell. But until that fateful hour arises, I bid you all farewell. Farewell.